Hey everybody, how does this amazing woman sitting next to me, she is so wonderful. I got to meet her about 2 months ago, not in person unfortunately, but I love her already. You are going to too, because you're going to hear her fascinating story about what she used to do, what she does now, how she handles it all, has a family, and still looks gorgeous. I'm going to introduce to you Amy Palma. Amy, can you say hi to everybody for us?
Hi, everyone out there. I am so excited to be here and I absolutely love these products. They're amazing.
Well, these products, by the way, are clientele. So I'm just going to say I'm Cheryl with clientele. I think y'all know that by now. But Amy, we can't wait to hear about you. Can you give us a little background on where you were, where you are right now, and how it's all going?
Sure, absolutely. Well, I'm a television producer, reporter, and TV makeup artist. I've been in TV 20 something years. And I have two kids. Very, very busy mom. I work full time. And I was just about ready to start Botoxing because I started to see the lines and wrinkles, and all of my friends were telling me, it's time. But I was kind of hesitant. And then I came across these products, and I mean, I'm shocked at how good they are and how much better I look within a month.
Well, the funny part is that you in particular, because of your experience being a makeup artist, you're around skin all the time, not only your own, but everybody else's. And I could see that you would be really very wary and very hesitant about trying anything new. So I am, excuse me, blessed and honored that you decided to do this. And the best part is that you are feeling and you're seeing the great results.
Absolutely. I mean, I've tried tons of products on myself, on my clients. I always try everything on myself first before I do it on the clients to see if it really works, and how it lasts and what difference it makes. I've tried everything. And, there are some good products out there, but I've reached that point where I felt like, I was starting to get, wrinkles and look kind of old. So the products, I just wasn't getting the results that I wanted anymore. They're good, other products, but I felt like, well, maybe it's time to do Botox or filler or something like that. So, so yeah. What was I forgot what the question was.
So that's okay. Now you didn't have to, is basically the situation. But we're going to get into your clientele journey a little down the road here. We want to know about you. So tell us about being a TV makeup artist. That's exciting. And tell us about reporting and producing. We want to hear all about it.
Oh, sure. Okay. Well, I started in local news about 25 years ago as a writer. Then I became a producer. Then I worked in entertainment news for a local show called Deco Drive here in Miami, which is very popular on WSVN 7. Then I went to Spanish TV for a few years, and I worked for the Telemundo network. Did that. I was a producer and reporter there, and executive producer also. Then in television, there's a lot of, kind of instability. Instability. The show that I worked on, they moved production to LA, and I didn't want to move because my family's here. And TV is very stressful, so I kind of wanted to take a break from it. So I started freelance producing, and also I went to makeup artist school, and then became a TV makeup artist. Which I really love because I'm very artistic. My mom's an artist, also a painter and an art teacher. She has a master's of fine arts, and she's very, very talented. So, makeup is very similar to painting art. So I really love the transformation of like looking at someone, and I imagine what I can do with that person's face and the color and the contouring, and same thing with the hair and the color and the texture. It's like creating a little work of art out of each person. So that's very creatively satisfying. So I've done that for about 10 years. Still writing and producing freelance also. So I've done both. And then I recently had an opportunity to start working full time again on a local TV morning show called Inside South Florida, which is very cool. So I started that about 3 months ago. So right now I'm doing that, and I really like it a lot. And I have
You know,
kids too, so I'm very busy.
Oh, yes, it sounds that way. And it's funny because I'm just going to relate one thing to you. I've never been a TV reporter. I've never been a producer, everybody. So can't relate that. But the TV makeup artist, now I'm an esthetician, so I got schooled in, being a makeup artist. But what they were trying to gear me toward, and you're going to laugh, is the prosthetic, which everybody is about making people into monsters and, all the crazy things you see in sci-fi. So that's what I was being geared toward. And I absolutely didn't like it. What you are doing is so much more fun and so much more satisfying. So I just thought I'd throw that little tidbit in there for you.
Oh,
But
thank you. Yeah. So they tried to get you to do special effects. I learned some of those special
yes.
effects in makeup school too. And it was the same. Most of the girls didn't like it. There were a few that did, but most of them wanted to do, beauty. And by the way, your makeup's amazing. You always look, I love your eye makeup. I love how you did the little wing on the side. I love the
Aw,
wing. And
thank you.
you always look beautiful and glamorous. So
That,
you're very foxy.
first of all, that is an amazing compliment coming from you who knows all about this. So thank you so much. I just try my best.
And
So
you're a
that's all
singer too, right? Aren't you?
I am. Yes. So,
So
but
you're
it's
used to
not
performing and being on stage also.
definitely, but we want to hear about your phenomenal life. And I'm so thankful that you mentioned that. So thank you so much.
Oh, of course.
But tell me about, being a reporter. Now, were you on entertainment reporting shows, or because you mentioned Telemundo and you mentioned Deco Drive, which I know was an entertainment reporter. So can you explain a little bit about that too? Because I think that is so much fun.
Sure, absolutely. Well, first I started in traditional news. I have a degree in journalism, and from regular news, then I did go to entertainment because I wanted to do something more creative. You have more time to write and do creative kind of angles. When you're working in news, it's just very like you go out, you shoot the story, boom, turn around quick. When you work in entertainment, you get to be, take time to think, okay, how can we do this in a more fun way? And, more creative writing, more profile pieces, more in depth, which is more fun for me. So that's how I got into entertainment. I was mostly a producer, and then I did do some on-air talent work also.
Which of course leads us all to, who is your favorite celebrity to interview?
Oh gosh, my favorite celebrity to interview. That's a great question. Oh, let me think about that. My favorite celebrity to interview. I mean, one of the favorite people that I ever met was Christiane Amanpour, because I always admired her. She was one of the reasons that I went into journalism. So I met her at CNN, and I did her makeup. So that was one of my favorite, just kind of celebrities. My favorite interview, let's see. I've interviewed so many people. I thought Jennifer Lopez was awesome. I really liked her. Yeah, I liked her a lot. I also liked, who else did I really like? John Travolta, Jennifer Lopez, and
Oh
John
my
Travolta.
goodness.
John Travolta was, when I was young, I watched Grease and all that. So when I met him, it was fun because of that. And then Jennifer Lopez, I always admired her because I'm a curvy girl, and when I was young, there really weren't a lot of curvy girls around. It was mostly like skinny and
Yeah.
skinny. And so she was someone that she helped me feel good about myself when I was younger, because she was really the first person that I saw that had kind of a curvy body like mine. So when I actually met her, it was, it was exciting for that reason. And I told her that too. So.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jennifer Lopez, for bringing back curves, because you know what? There are so many beautiful women that are more voluptuous, voluminous, whatever you want to call it. And it's not about being, stick thin. For those of you who are, that's great too. That might be your body type. We all have body types, but I love the fact that curves are back.
Oh,
and
sure.
and I love all body types, because honestly, this will sound corny, Amy, because everybody says it. I think all women and all men have something beautiful about them. There is something beautiful that we can find in every single human being. So whatever it is. But thank you
I
for,
agree,
yeah, for bringing that
for
up.
sure. It's nice now that society is embracing that. And when I was younger, it wasn't that way. And even now, like we just had Sports Illustrated here for Miami Swim Week, and they are now using like quotes full figured models, which really aren't full
Mhm.
figured, but they just look like normal women.
Yeah,
Whereas before, when I was younger, if you were normal, like I was normal, like I was considered fat, you know? Um, so and Jennifer was really the first one to like bring about that change. So I'm grateful to her for that. And I'm
absolutely.
grateful for like my daughter's got a curvy body like mine. So I'm grateful for the next generation of girls that they don't have to deal with those unrealistic expectations like that were put on us.
Absolutely. And, that's why we have such a commonality too, because I always say it doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, man or woman, what age you are. Everybody's got something amazing, and it can be built on also if you want it to be. It can always be enhanced. So that's what we're here to do, is to help you do that. Now, everybody, I want you to like and share, because Amy's info is really great, particularly the nugget that she just gave you about, body type, just being comfortable who you are in your own skin. That nugget is really important for you to share with your friends, your family, people that you care about that may have some questions about their own body. So that was awesome. And I love the fact that you got to really be involved with some great people, because you have a fascinating story. Your story will go on forever and ever and ever, because you have so
Oh,
many
thank
great
you.
people that you meet.
I'm glad you think I'm that fascinating. I don't think I'm that
I
fascinating.
You are. This is
Remember,
fun.
I work with lots of people that are like me, so we don't think I'm one among many, many very interesting people. But thank you, I appreciate that.
Well, how did you get your producer status? How did you decide that's what you were going to do? So, coming from makeup artist and reporter and writer, how do we get to be a producer?
Oh gosh, Cheryl, it's a tough, very hard business. I went to journalism school 100 years ago, and then I started as an intern, and then it was hard. I worked the overnight shift, which is like 2 in the morning to 9 in the morning, writing
Mm.
for the morning news, and then it paid very low. That was like my first job. So then I had a second job during the day. So I worked from like 2 in the morning to like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I hardly slept. So I was really thin just because of I hardly slept. But I was like 21 or something. So I just did it, and I did that for like about a year, and then eventually I was promoted to associate producer on the day shift, and then I only had one job, then I didn't have to work two jobs anymore. And then I worked my way up. But TV is a very difficult business to break into. It's very competitive. News is extremely stressful. I mean, I do love it, but it's hard, you know? So it's
So,
not as, people think it's glamorous, but it definitely isn't.
well, what would you tell people? And I'll just make this kind of global. What would you tell people, younger people that are starting out, that want to work their way up? What was the one impetus that just really helped you keep going?
Well, it's work ethic. My parents instilled that really strong work ethic in me. I started working when I was 12 in like a warehouse near my house. And then I was a waitress. And I mean, I've just always worked and always hustled. And my parents really taught me that. And I know that that's why I've been successful in television, because I had to work extremely hard to sorry, somebody was walking by. I had to work extremely hard to get in. And a lot of people that I went to school with, they didn't want to do all that. They didn't want to do the graveyard shift. They didn't want to work two jobs. So if you want to work in television, or, many of these artistic fields that are very competitive, you really have to get in. You're paid very little in the beginning, um, but I do love it. So it's something that I really love. I feel like being a journalist is, it sounds corny, but I say like it's not what I do, it's what I am. It's really
Mhm.
it's something that's like part of my soul, and I really do love the business.
See, and these are two phenomenal points. So basically, you're saying we have to sacrifice, we have
Right.
to work hard. So the two of those go together. And then you have to have a passion for it,
Right.
enough to drive yourself. So these are all the things that people can definitely take away from you, which are very important no matter what stage of career that you're in. These things are extremely important. So please share all of this. Now I'm going to ask you, let's go back to the Botox statement because I think that was awesome.
Well,
So
by the same token, I wanted to say being a singer is probably the same thing, right? Like to break
here,
into singing, I'm sure you had to do a lot of similar things. It's probably even harder than going into journalism
well,
to
you
be.
just have to do the same thing to your point. You have to hit the ground. You have to love it. You have to believe that you can do it. And you have to believe, I happen to believe in the man above. You have to
Sure, I
believe,
do too.
you know, he's guiding your steps and so forth. So thank you for saying that as well. But, whether you do or you don't, everybody, you just have to have that inner core that makes you just work toward your goal that you love. So thank you for saying that. Same
Sure.
thing.
I agree with that too. And I think, you know, these businesses can be very hard on people emotionally because there's a lot of rejection, there's a lot of instability. And it's very important to be centered and learn how to let go and say, you know what, I trust God. If this is, I say my prayers, if this is meant to be for me, it's going to work out. And if it doesn't, then, I can let it go. That's something that I developed, after years working in television because it is very unstable. Sometimes you work on a show, it's great, then the show is canceled. There's a lot of instability. So you have to, my dad says you have to have a cast iron stomach. You
Yeah,
know, it's the same thing
absolutely.
in music and show business.
Smart dad. And, the same thing I have to say for clientele, everybody out there. I've been associated with clientele for 41 years. So that means I have a passion. I love it because uh, not only on in the other half of my life do I get to perform, but in this half of my life, I get to help people realize their dreams of what they want for themselves. And that, is the best of all worlds. So like Amy, you have to have a passion, you have to have a drive, and that's what she did. And look where she is.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet, Cheryl. Well, you
So,
too.
the truth. So, I want to find out now, and everybody wants to find out what happened to your skin since you've been using clientele. How long have you been using it now?
It's been about a month. I mean, I'm in shock. I've never, I mean, when I first put that mask on, first of all, I never felt anything like that. It's like, it starts like tingling and tightening. It almost felt like when someone puts like an ace bandage on too tight and like wraps it
Mhm.
around, like I felt like this, like, like compression. I was in shock. I've never experienced anything like that. And then, I mean, right away, the texture of my skin looked better. You know, Now after about 2.5 weeks, I started to see the texture was a lot smoother, almost like velvety. um, I do that mask before I do anything on camera. Like if I do an interview for my job or something, I always do the mask right before. My skin looks smoother, the makeup goes on smoother. I feel like I have less wrinkles, my pores are tighter, they look smoother, more refined. I mean, I'm like in total shock at how good this stuff is. And I remember I told you, I said, listen, I'll try it. If it's as good as you say it is, I'll come and talk about it. But I wasn't sure because I've tried so many other things and they don't work. Remember we had that conversation? I was like,
Yes, I do.
I have so many products. I mean, they work a little, they moisturize your skin, but I've never seen results like this before. And I mean, I'm totally telling the truth. I'm not being like paid or anything to say this. I believe in these products.
I was going to say
Yeah.
this is not a paid endorsement. No.
No, no, they're phenomenal. And I'm really just telling other women because I know, I'm in my mid 40s. I'm a mom. I work full time. I'm tired. Um, we can talk now about the supplements. I mean, I have so much more energy also. Um, but I think it really can help a lot of people in my age group and older.
Definitely. And, so here's a woman that is in her 40s and you look beautiful. And 40s, you're a baby, everybody out there that's in your 40s. I am, I am like, God willing, about to be 65 years old.
What?
And
You are not 65.
yeah,
You
almost.
can't be 65. You look, Cheryl.
Just
I
a
think when
couple
I'm
months
65,
away.
I look as good as you. I
Oh,
can't believe
well,
you're 65.
Well, I'm saying it, Amy, because I'm actually proud to say I am 65, so I've got some life experience behind me, right? And the fact that I've been using clientele for 41 years has definitely paid off. It just makes you feel really confident, just really good, really healthy, kind of ready to go out and do your thing. Would you say?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I feel so much better. I was, like I said, I was thinking I was gonna have to start Botoxing, because, and I felt like I looked so tired all the time, and now I feel like I look more well rested, just more vibrant. I feel I have so much more energy for sure. I mean, because I am tired. I mean, I work full time and I have two young kids that exhaust me.
Yeah,
I love them,
absolutely.
but young kids wear you out. So, and these supplements, I have so much more energy. I'm really grateful.
Well, that's why we were the first ones, just so you know, and I think I told you, but just to let everybody know out there, in 1982, everybody, we were the first ones to internalize your care, because what you see out here, your immune system, all of that is from the inside. So what is going on the inside is going to reflect on the outside, and that's your breakouts, your rosacea, your sensitivity, your lines, your wrinkles, your loss of elasticity, your loss of hydration, dull hair, nails that break, getting sick often, all of that happens. So that's why our founder, who is a biochemist and nutritionist, said we have to. The only way to get results, really get them, is to combine internal and external. And in 1982, we were the first and only ones to do that. So now
Yeah, I
you
mean, the
get the
supplements
benefit.
are outstanding. Just for feeling better, aside from the benefits to my skin, I mean, it's totally worth worth buying them, you know,
Well,
because I
I
have a lot more energy. I'm not as I was definitely like always, I was tired a lot before, and yeah, I have more energy. I'm not so tired so early in the day, so they've helped me be able to do more and perform more, work more, spend more time with my kids, all those things.
and that's important. The energy factor that you're talking about, we need that desperately to, make it through the day and to get some great sleep at night and to be able to do more with our day. So we're not lethargic and going, oh my gosh, I need a nap at 3 o'clock in the
Right,
afternoon.
right. Or Cuban coffee.
Yes, where you live in
In
Florida,
Miami is, yeah.
coffee.
It's
Definitely.
time for the coffee. And I haven't I just drink my coffee in the morning and that's it. Before like I would have the afternoon slump like about 2 or 3. Now I'm not. Now I actually I had coffee the other day just because I went out to lunch and I couldn't sleep because these supplements have given me so much energy that I can't even have coffee in the middle of the day anymore. So it's
Yeah.
good. It's great. But it's energy without being jittery because there
Mhm.
are some supplements that make you jittery and I don't want that. So this is great. I don't have any jitters or anything.
Yeah, that's very important to mention, because a lot of people are wary about, putting something in their body that, oh, what am I going to feel like? What is it going to do? Is it going to make me nervous? So that was a great point. So Amy's taking the daily nutrient supplements, and I believe the stress control as well. Because
Yes.
when you have the kind of schedule that she does, your body is craving extra B complex. So that's what the stress control is. But would you say your favorite product is what, out of everything that we talked
Hmm.
about?
Well, it's the skincare or the supplements. I mean, I'm taking so many supplements. I don't remember which is which,
Well,
like which
let's
stuff's
let's
what. But
choose let's choose one on the skincare side and one on the supplement side, or combination there.
well, okay. So I mean, the serum and the nighttime, the moisturizer. I don't remember the name. Do you want me to go get it? It's the
Nope,
moisturizer. It's the moisturizer that's like a peach color that's for nighttime. What
the
is that?
lotus firming serum and the
Oh yes.
rejuvenation
First of
cream.
all, it smells so good, number one. It's so the texture, it's so like smooth and silky. I love that's my favorite product. I love it. It makes my skin smooth. It feels like when you put it on, it just feels like when you're really thirsty and then you get a drink of water,
Mhm.
like cold water. It's like it's so soothing and like nourishing and I just feel like my skin is just like sucking it in. But it's not greasy, so it's like perfect. I love that product. That's my favorite product. I mean, the serums are phenomenal, obviously. And I mean, the mask. I just love the mask because I use it before I do anything on camera, and it just smooths it. It gives my skin like this kind of velvety, like smooth texture. So, so that's what I like about that. So if I had to pick one, I would probably say the Lotus Firming if I could only have one, but definitely the Lotus Firming and the mask. The mask is phenomenal.
Well, I have to, first of all, thank you for all of that. And, it's basically really a combination of everything. One of the things that's really important, and this as a makeup artist, is when you call numbers to order product, if you want to physically talk to someone, 9 times out of 10, unfortunately, you don't get a lot of questions. You might get
Oh yes,
what's your skin
that's
type.
true. You asked me all those questions. I mean, you did like a thorough analysis of my so many things, my health, how I feel, what other supplements I'm taking, and then you gave me this recommendation and sent me this form with like exactly what to do and what each product does, and don't mix this with this and do this. Like it was extremely thorough. And I think I mean, I was so impressed with everything that you know, and the way that you tailor the program to meet each person's needs. Like I had uterine cancer before, so you told me you can't have this particular product because
Right.
you know like you take the time to do that. It's that personal like level of service. I mean, am I special or do all your clients get that?
Everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. And are you special? Yes,
Oh, so
absolutely.
sweet.
But everybody gets that, because thank you for bringing that up, because we have to be able to treat you, to prescribe. I'm going to pretend I'm a doctor, although I'm not. I'm an esthetician, but we want to be able, excuse me, to treat your particular needs and your skin concerns. And so I've got to know what's going on inside of you. I've got to know every single thing you're doing. I kind of grill you, everybody. And that's what we do as specialists at clientele, so that it works. The only way it's going to work
It
is if we
definitely works for sure.
what's that?
It definitely works. I'm so impressed. I've never seen anything like this. I've
Well,
never seen results like this ever.
thank you. And everything is based on the lotus seed in our line, because the lotus seed is an actual seed that resists the aging process. It grabs onto unhealthy, um, I'm going to call it, I'll use a scientific word here, so please forgive me, everybody. It's called glycation, when very unhealthy things grab onto the protein in your skin. Your protein is healthy, you need it, but your protein gets damaged from internal stressors like your diet, your exercise, your lack of sleeping, your medication, your stress level, your drinking or staying up all night, whatever it is. And then your outside stressors, which are sun, pollutants, the blue light from the camera, the blue light from your computer, the blue light from the television. So we have so many stressors attacking the protein in our skin cells that it flattens those cells into lines, wrinkles, loss of elasticity, loss of hydration. And the lotus seed comes in there and kind of saves the day, like Mighty Mouse, if you remember that, everybody. Here I am to save the day. It comes in and eradicates all of that unhealthiness around the cell and make sure that you have healthy skin cells. So that's what you love. And everybody, just listen to Amy's story, because not about me, it's about her and what she's experienced. How do we reach you if somebody wants to talk to you and find out
Sure.
your experience as a producer, as a makeup artist, or if they need you? How do they reach you?
Sure. Well, I can give you my email or my social media.
Oh,
My
don't give me your social security number. I thought you were
no,
about.
no, no. So
No, no, no.
my Instagram is Amy Palma TV. And I also have a Instagram for Mom Minute TV, which is a segment that I do all about mom stuff. And then I have
Oh,
Beauty Minute TV, which is all about beauty.
that is perfect. Now, so I didn't even know those two things about you, that you had the beauty TV, and then what was the second one too, please?
So sure, I have Beauty Minute TV Instagram, which is where I have my makeup artist work.
Mm-hmm.
And then my website is southbeachmakeupstudio.com for that. And then my TV work is Amy Palma TV on Instagram. And then I also have a segment all about mom topics, parenting, kids, things like that. And that's called Mom Minute TV on
Talk
Instagram.
about an incredible schedule. She needs all the daily nutrient supplements and
I
stress
need lots of
control
supplements.
you can get. So, and one thing you mentioned before we close, because this is really important, very important, and we didn't touch on this. You mentioned that you had uterine cancer, and you and I had
Yeah.
discussed that. And this is another thing, above all else, everybody, that, how one human being got through and everything that she had to experience with that dis-ease, that, thank you God, is
Yeah.
not happening anymore. How did you make it through with positivity and getting to the place you are where everything is thank God gone?
So I was diagnosed with uterine cancer when I was 32, and I have to thank a friend of mine that had been diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and she was very instrumental. Her name was Christina Barquero. She was very instrumental in me being proactive with my treatment. When I first went to my doctor, my first doctor told me there's nothing wrong with you, and I knew that there was, and she told me you have to keep going back. So I went back 3 times. They finally listened to me, and then it turned out that I did have cancer. And because I caught it so early, I was able to treat it and keep my uterus and have my 2 children. Um, so the importance of getting a second opinion and being proactive is so, so important. My first doctor treated me for 4 months. It didn't work. And she told me to get a hysterectomy, and I was 32. I really wanted to have children. So I went for a second opinion, and I found Dr. Ricardo Estape. He's like my angel. He treated me almost 10 years, and I mean, if it weren't for him, I wouldn't have been able to keep my uterus and have my children. So I'm so, so, so grateful to him. He's the one that helped me. And a lot of doctors wouldn't, because my cancer came back twice. Most of the doctors, they don't want to take a risk with someone like me because it's a
Yeah.
liability for them. And he knew that I really wanted to have children, and he helped me. And, I had 15 surgeries over the course of several years, but I was able to have my 2 children, and then I had a hysterectomy. So, and my parents were extremely, extremely supportive. So I'm so grateful to them. They really helped me. But it was very hard because I really wanted to have children, and I didn't know if I would be able to. So that part was hard.
Boy, what an incredible story and what a blessing. I mean, everybody, it's all about, praying number one and finding the best doctor. And as Amy said, you've got to get more than one opinion when you're diagnosed with something, because there is somebody out there that is an expert that believes like you do, that wants to help you. So I think that's just, again, beyond incredible information. And the fact that you went through 15 surgeries, you had your kids.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. So, so grateful.
What a celebration. Talk about a celebration of
For
life.
sure.
This is it. So, oh my gosh, definitely. So, everybody, please tune in to Amy. She's giving you all the ways to reach her. She's got some great TV stations for you as well. So on mommies, on taking care of your kids, on makeup. She's a producer, former reporter, makeup artist. She's got her website about makeup as well. So this is a person to really get to know and take some great information from, and call her to use her services, because she's amazing.
Oh,
So I
thank you,
just want to,
Cheryl. I appreciate it.
oh my gosh, Amy, thank
And
you.
my skin looks so good because of clientele. Look how smooth it looks.
It does. It looks gorgeous. So I just want to say thank you tremendously, and just take us out with a last thought that you'd like to leave us with.
A last thought. Wow, pressure.
Pressure,
Well,
pressure.
I just think that it's important to just have faith and trust God. And when one piece of advice my mother gave me when I was making a hard decision about something, she said, when you are not sure what to do, say your prayers at night, and when you wake up in the morning, whatever makes you feel the most at peace is the voice of God talking to you, and
Yeah.
that's what you should do. And I've used that advice in so many situations and so many decisions that I've had to make. I actually tattooed peace on my wrist right here to always remind me of what my mom said. And I really do live by that. After all of the turmoil and different things that I've dealt with, the most important thing for me is creating peace for myself and my children, a peaceful life, a peaceful environment. And, I take I love just simple things, taking walks with my kids. We do art, sitting outside in the yard, like the old fashioned kind of life. I
Yes.
try to unplug as much as possible. And yeah, so that's what my life's about.
Well, thank you, Mom and Dad, because that was super important to have that kind of advice. And not all of us get that, unfortunately, but I'm very happy that you had those kinds of parents. So that was wonderful to leave us with. And I'm just going to send you blessings, send everybody out there blessings. And we're just going to say bye until, oh, by the way, don't forget to call us at 800-327-4660. That's clientele, 800-327-4660, because if you need to do what Amy did, which is have somebody really take care of you personally and customize something for you, that's what we do, because we care about the results and we care about you. I know it sounds corny, but we do. We absolutely do. That's what we're there for. So everybody's got their calling on earth. That's our calling, to help you. And so reach out for us as well. Anytime, we're there. And also, please come back next Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And everybody out there, the rest of the times. I don't have to repeat them all, but 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to see another wonderful guest. We can't wait to have them on as well, because it's going to be a great, fascinating story. Everybody's got a story. Then also join me Tuesday nights on live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I might have a little tidbit or two to share with you. Amy, thank you so much. Blessings to you. Thank you for everything. Bye, everybody.
Well,